that God has not forgotten you, and you can continue to trust in Him. Psalm 3 is another psalm, or like a poem of David, King David. It's a heartfelt and deep expression of David's trust in God in the midst of many enemies and problems. The psalm begins with David acknowledging the multitude of enemies rising against him, expressing his distrust and the feeling that even God seems to be distant from his life. Despite the challenges and the circumstances, David turns to God in prayer, recognizing God as a shield and David's source of deliverance and freedom. In this ancient song, David reflects on God's faithfulness in the past and finds strength from the assurance that God will not abandon him. He describes God as the lifter up of his head, like a symbolic idea of restoration and divine support. The imagery used in Psalms 3 vividly conveys the tensions between the threat of enemies and David's changing confidence in God's protection. The poem concludes with a declaration of trust and confidence in God's salvation. David expresses the conviction that God will answer his prayers and bring about deliverance or salvation. Overall, Psalms chapter 3 is a clear picture of faith in the midst of adversity, illustrating David's reliance on God's unfailing love and protection in the face of challenges. If you have trusted in God, you also, like David, can know this, that although you may be in a dark place with what seems to be the world against you, you can know this, that God has not forgotten you, and you can continue to trust in Him.